How you guys doing? Hero here with another Final Fantasy Horizon 11 video, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about macros. All right, macros are something that I've really gotten into lately. I'm super excited. Okay, it's really helped me pick up my game on Thief specifically, and I'm excited to show you guys some of the things that I've learned. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through various different macros. All right, and I'm also going to show you guys how to use the lock style system, or the style lock system, which is basically Final Fantasy XI's transmogrification system. All right, so what we'll do is we will go ahead and go through some, DPS, melee damage ones. I'll go through some magic, and then we will go through a little bit of tanking, and maybe we'll go through, something like if you're doing gathering professions, using items, or like I said, equipment change macros, and then some other ones. Okay, so I'm really excited. All right, before we get started, please go down and hit the subscribe button, guys, and like the video. It helps me out so much. Also, I want to let you guys know that I am streaming on Twitch almost every single night. That is twitch.tv/HeroVision. The link is in the description below. Follow me there and come and hang out. If you have any questions, we are always a whole bunch of us there, always eager to answer questions. Okay, also I have a Discord that I just opened up, and again, if you guys want to hang out there, feel free. If you guys have any questions, there's lots of people there that are willing to help and answer questions. Anything that you want to know, the link to the Discord is down in the description below, and I hope that you will join. Let's get on with the guide. So let's start with damage dealer macros. Okay, damage dealer macros, you're going to be able to do things like use various different job abilities, things like that. That's what we're going to talk about first right now, specifically is job abilities. Okay, job ability macros. All right, let's go ahead to the macro section, and let's go, since I'm playing on my Thief, let's go ahead and go to Thief macros. Okay, Thief specifically, let's go ahead and talk about sneak attack. Sneak attack and trick attack are is a macro that you're definitely going to want to use, in my opinion. Okay, sneak attack is the one that you're gonna get first at level 15. I can't quite remember when trick attack comes into play. I think it's probably like right around level 30ish. It comes into play. Okay, so that's one that you're going to want to piggyback along with sneak attack when it comes available, and this is what that looks like. Okay, they're both job abilities, so it's going to be /JA for job ability. Okay, you're going to put sneak attack in quotes. Now, some things you don't have to put in quotes. I highly recommend just putting everything in quotes, just so that you can get in the habit of doing things, because it's not going to hurt it to have it in quotes. Okay, but the actual ability is what I'm talking about. It's not going to hurt it to have it in quotes, so just put it in quotes. It's really good to develop that habit of doing it. Okay, so it's me, job ability, sneak attack, me. Okay, because you're basically putting a buff on yourself that's going to make the next attack behind the enemy critically hit for extra bonus damage. Okay, so and that one has a dexterity modifier on it, so you want to make sure to do it this way, /JA, sneak attack, me. Okay, and then I have a wait 1, which will give your macro like a second to wait before it uses trick attack, because you want to do sneak attack and trick attack at the same time, standing behind the enemy and behind another player. Trick attack will make the next ability behind a target and behind another player, rather not behind the target, but behind another player, put the threat of that attack onto the person in front of you. Okay, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think you got my idea. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to do job ability, trick attack, me as well. So it's gonna look like this when you use it. It's going to look like this. Okay, you're gonna use it, sneak attack, trick attack, and then you stand behind the enemy like such. And then hopefully there's somebody standing in front of you, because you're going to want them to get the damage, and you smack them one time and you do a lot of damage. Okay, so that is your sneak attack, trick attack macro. Now you can also incorporate a weapon skill into that. Okay, and I'll show you guys how to do that. All right, That I have it marked as WS is what I called it for weapon skill. I don't do any weapon skills without sneak attack and trick attack. If I ever have to, I'll just do those manually. I'll just fire them manually through the menus, but normally I'm gonna do it like this, okay? It's sneak attack, me, weight 1, job ability, trick attack, me, weight 1, /WS for weapon skill, wasp sting in quotes, and then T for the target, okay? You definitely wanna use T on this and no other target codes, STNPC, STPC, STPT, nothing like that. You want to use T for target, okay? Be specific on this, all right? Now, the good thing about this macro and why I called it weapon skill and I don't call it like wasp sting or you know, gust slash or viper bite or dancing edge is because I am a minimalist when it comes to macros and I like to keep things as clean as possible. Okay, it prevents the confusion. So based on what weapon skill I'm using in the party, I'm going to adjust my macro accordingly. Okay, today I was partying in Crawler's Nest and I was using Wasp Sting instead of Viper Bite because of dexterity modifier and I have a lot of dexterity. Wasp Sting was just doing more damage. Okay, so if you want to switch it, you go back here, all right, and you backspace this and you put Viper Bite, right? Or you can put Gust Slash. Okay, and that's it. Now it's set to Gust Slash. Whenever you're ready to do your weapon skill, you do WS, sneak attack, trick attack, weapon skill. Okay, you don't have to worry about any kind of lag. You don't have to worry about using your sneak attack and trick attack and then trying to do your weapon skill but not doing it in time, and then your character does a sneak attack, trick attack, and then it does the weapon skill separately, and you do like half the amount of damage that you could have done. Okay, so that is a really good way you want to do that. All right, now I know this is just Thief, but you can use these macros for pretty much any job that has job abilities. This is how you do a job ability macro. It's /JA, the name of the job ability, and who you're going to do it on, the target or yourself. I'm going to show you another one that's really, really good. It's called Boost. Okay, it's a great boost macro. Okay, now this is one of my favorite monk macros. I like it because boost is a macro that or boost is an ability rather that increases your attack power every time you boost. The thing about boost is you can boost over and over and over again and it'll keep on building your attack power. All right, that's a really good thing to do if you are in a party in between enemies. Okay, you pop your boost macro one time and you're going to get 3 different boosts out of it. Okay, you're going to get this boost here. You're going to wait 31 because the cooldown is 30 seconds. You want to give an extra second just so that you don't have any issues with if you have like lag or anything like that and the next boost doesn't fire. Okay, so you want to add the extra second on to your wait to make sure that you get the next boost. So you'd use boost, and then you're gonna wait 31 seconds, and then your character's automatically gonna boost again. Then you're gonna wait 31 seconds, and your character's automatically gonna boost again. This is very useful in parties when, like, let's say the mana is low on your mage, and they're gonna take like a 1 minute break while the mage gets their mana back. That's the point where you want to start boosting. Okay, start boosting that way when the enemy comes to you, your first hit, hopefully it connects, is gonna be a good one. All right. One thing about this macro is since it's a macro that's going for, over a minute, any other macros that you do, while this is in the process of doing its various different boosts, is going to cancel this current macro. So let's say that you use this macro, right? Use the boost macro, which I can't use right now because I'm not a monk. So you press it and then you press it and then it boosts. Okay, and then it's waiting 31 seconds, so the macro is still active. If in that time you use another macro for something else, it's going to cancel your boost macro and you're going to stop boosting. So you're going to have to hit the macro again. So just keep that in mind. Okay, another one is my combo one, and that's weapon skill combo. Okay, of course I should really add boost ahead of combo, but normally what I do is I fire this macro and then this macro next to one another. But I really should put boost, weight 1, boost on the first line, and then weight 1 on the second line, and then combo on the third line. I really should do it that way. I'm gonna do it that way in the future. And again, it's a weapon skill. You definitely want to do T for target on that one. Okay. Let's go on to magic now. Okay. Let's go on to some magic macros. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and go to white mage. All right, white mage is a good one. I have various different I don't have that many macros because I'm not at the point yet with my mages. They're not high enough where I'm gonna want to do like gear swaps and things like that. But the higher you climb, the more macros are going to become really honestly necessary. Okay, so I have a limited amount to show you, but this is good enough for you to get the idea. Okay, I'm going to show you a cure macro, a basic cure macro. Now this is a cure if you're in a party, you're curing somebody in the group. Okay, I named it cure obviously, and I put /MA for magic, cure STPT, which is select target, either playable, select target, playable target, select target, party target. I think it's party target really, because this is only going to target people that are in your party. Okay, so you use it, and then a little thing will pop up, like I'll show you guys right now. Okay, it's going to look like this, right? That, and then see how automatically I'm targeted. I know you guys can't see that there's a little blue little indicator on the bottom right. Okay, next to my name, next to my character's name, a little blue indicator. Is really hard to see, but it's there. Okay, all I have to do is hit the down button, and it's going to go to the next person in the party, next person in the party, next person in the party, and I can press the accept button, and it'll fire the cure on that person. Okay, so that is how I do a cure macro. Obviously you can go ahead and add, you know, change it for cure 2, cure 3, or not change it. You want to add another one for cure 2, another one for cure 3, so on and so forth. And then I have a cure for myself macro when I'm just, you know, doing something solo, as I was doing when I was lower level. I just need to delete this macro because there's really no reason for me to use it. But this is set to me, to cure me. Okay, and then I have a Dia macro. Okay, this is for the damage over time ability and the debuff Dia. Okay, Dia, Dia, however you want to call it. Okay, and I have this one set to STNPC, select target non-playable character. Okay, so the way this one works is you go ahead and you don't have to target anything, because you go like this, Dia, and the cursor's automatically going to target what's closest, and then you can go ahead and use your tab. Or if you're using controller, you can just scroll to the right and you can just go around finding different things, and you can use it on whatever you target, and it'll fire on that enemy. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, let's go see what else we have on my white mage. Banish, same idea as Dia, /MA, banish STNPC. Okay, I do it this way because based on my distance from the enemy, I'll show you guys. Based on my distance from the enemy, the cursor is going to be a different color. If I'm within range, it's going to be blue. Once I start getting out of range, it's going to, it should have changed color. Let's switch to my thief macros. I don't know why my my macros are not let's do this. Okay, there we go. It's supposed, there we go. Okay, when you're away from the distance of the enemy, it's going to turn red. As you get closer, yellow means like you're really close to it. Red means that you are within range to go ahead and do your ability. Okay, and then it's going to do the ability there. Okay, so those are magic ones, and you can do the same thing. I don't know if I have any macros set for black mage. I don't. What do I have for red mage? Dia. I don't really have any red mage set up, and I don't have any black mage set up, but you know, black mage would be same thing as white mage, right? But instead of STNPC or STPT rather, it's going to be /MA for magic, quotes stone, bracket T, STNPC, or STNPC. Okay, T or STNPC. Okay, that's what it's going to be. And again, whether it's T or STNPC, target or select target non-playable character. It's up to you. Okay, like I said, if you do it for STNPC, it's going to target the enemy first, and then you're going to press it again to actually use the ability. Okay, if you do it with T, you have to target the enemy yourself. You can't ascertain the distance unless you have a distance mod. And then you press the button, it's automatically gonna fire on that thing. So you don't have to press it twice. You press it once and it goes. So it is a lot faster, but you have to do the targeting yourself. So it's really up to you what you like. I like the colors of showing me my distance and everything. That way I can be at max casting distance as a mage. I think that's really important. So that's what I do. You do you. Okay? We're gonna go ahead and talk about tanking now. All right? Tanking is very straightforward. Okay, you have various job abilities that you can use. You know, invincible. You can berserk if you're a warrior. You can war cry as a warrior. You can use defender as a warrior. Invincible, like I said, is a 2-hour ability. You have sentinel for paladin as well. You know, there's various different things. Those are all JAs. Okay, now. As far as another JA that's very, very important is going to be your provoke macro. Okay, probably the main macro that you're gonna use on a tank is gonna be provoke, and this is what it looks like. Okay, it called it provoke. It's job ability, provoke, STNPC. Now you can change it if you want to S or to T if you would like to. But I leave it STNPC just in case I am in a fight with an enemy and something else aggroes and I am, whoops, come on, and I am like basically stuck on this enemy. I can go ahead and do provoke and then tab target to a different enemy while I'm in combat with this enemy and provoke that target and get it off of my healer or something like that, or get it away from my black mage so they can sleep it. And then I go ahead and go back to this target. I don't actually have to fight this target. I just provoke it and then go back to what I was doing with this guy. Okay, so STNPC is really very useful when tanking. That's what I recommend. But again, you do whatever you think is more comfortable for you. All right. Other things are going to be, like I said, you know, Paladin has cure. Paladin has different magics. You know, you're going to do those just like the other magic ones I showed you. All the job abilities are JA and the name of the job ability in quotes and who you're doing it to. Are you doing it to yourself like defender, or are you doing it to the target, which would be T? Okay. Let me go ahead and show you ninjutsu really quickly. I should have showed you that under magic. Okay, but since I'm on ninja right now, I'll show you my ninjutsu magic for Utsumi. Okay, so that one is this one. Okay, and when I fire it, it does this and it gives me Utsumi, which is going to give me shadows. Okay, so the way this works is let me show you. Utsumi, it's a magic, so you do magic Utsumi Ichi Mi. Okay, Ni, because that's when I'm giving myself shadows. Once you get Ni, all you're gonna do is make a new one. You can just duplicate this one and then just go like that. Okay, and then that's your Utsumi Ni macro. Okay, I don't have Utsumi Ni, so I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna put it back to Ichi. Okay, same thing when you're doing Tonko, or not Tonko. Yeah, it is called Tonko. When you're doing Tonko, which is your invisibility, which is your invisibility ninjutsu, you do MA Tonko Ichi Mi. Okay, so that's ninjutsu's really very straightforward. Okay, now let's go ahead and show you, before I get into, you know, gear swapping and, you know, style lock and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and show you some gathering macros, which I love gathering macros. Okay, this is my little gathering section right here, and it's really very, very easy what I have going on here. I have fishing. Okay, and it's just that /fish. You stand near a body of water, you use this macro, and then your character fishes. Very, very simple. If you're digging, there it is. Dig, wait 12 because I'm rank 1, So I get a 12-second cooldown rather than, I'm sorry, 11-second cooldown rather than a 16-second cooldown. So again, remember, you add a second. Whatever the cooldown is on something, you want to add a second to the wait timer. Okay, so I have dig, wait 12, dig, wait 12, dig, wait 12. So I can fire this macro and it will dig 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'll dig 6 times before I need to fire it again, which is great. Makes digging so much easier. Okay, as I get a little bit higher in rank, I'm pretty much not going to be able to use a macro anymore because you're going to be digging so fast. There's really no point for it. Okay, so that's my digging macro. Mining. Okay, you want to target NPC. Okay, because believe it or not, a tree or a mining node, if it's green, it's considered an NPC. Okay, so when I click this right here, well, when I'm not in the edit function, it's going to target the closest NPC, which hopefully it's the mining node. Sometimes your mining nodes are like right next to an NPC, so you kind of stand properly to get a target, or a Beastmaster's pet could be nearby, something like that. Okay, or your own pet if you're a Beastmaster. So you go mining, target NPC, it'll target the node, and then you hit it again and it'll use item pickaxe on the target. Okay, awesome macro. The same exact thing for logging. Okay, except for switch out the name pickaxe for hatchet. Okay, so to do this, I could easily go ahead and copy this macro, go here and oops, go here and then go paste. Hold on a second, guys. Yes, I did. Paste, and then I'm gonna go ahead and swap it. I'm gonna change it to logging. All right, and then we're gonna go down to pickaxe and we're gonna swap this to hatchet. All right, that's it. Now I have a mining macro and I have a logging macro and I have a fishing macro, which I never do, and I have a digging macro. Okay. Okay, so there's also one for crafting. This one, if you're a crafter, is literally a game changer. When I was told about this, my friend Zupis told me about this when he saw me crafting, and it was literally a game changer. Okay, it's called Last Synth. Okay, you can Last Synth, wait 21, Last Synth, wait 21, Last Synth, wait 21. If you want to make an item multiple times, it's great. If you want to make an item multiple times, you can go ahead and make the item one time, and then you use Last Synth with the wait 21, it'll make it again. And again, whoops. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Okay, which is awesome. You can make it 6 times, you guys, before you have to fire your macro again. It just makes crafting so much easier, so you don't have to basically load the items. You don't have to like select the crystal, select all the items over and over again. You can just set a macro to it and it'll make it over and over and over again. Okay, now are there macros so you can, make specific items? Possibly. There's macros for so many different things. Okay, I don't know them all, but what I will do is I will go ahead and put a macro guide down below for you guys to look at. Okay, and you guys can go ahead and just macro to your heart's content and try all kinds of different things. Okay, talk to your community, hop on my stream. There's people that are so helpful on there. Ask them about macros. People will talk about macros all day long. People love sharing macros. All right, now I'm gonna go get into my favorite macros now, and those are going to be gear change macros. Okay, now for gear change macros, let me go ahead and go to my thief gear right here. Oh, I guess I don't have that as, hold on a minute. Oh, thank you. I was hoping that I had that. There's a reason why. Okay, now I have my gear the way I want it. Okay, now while I'm doing this macro, I want you guys to look at the bottom left of my screen, and I want you to look at my gear down here on the bottom left. Okay, I have my, you know, my weapons, I have my arrows, I have my, you know, I want you to pay specific attention to my rings. Specific attention to my rings, okay? Because I have a macro here. Let me put my thief macros on, okay? And this macro is going to basically target this enemy, swap gear, which it just did, okay? And then fire the shot. See, watch. I was wearing my dexterity rings a second ago. Right when I hit it, it put on the gear, the other piece of gear, which are my beetle rings +1, which are range accuracy rings. It automatically equipped them for me. Okay, now I'm gonna fire the shot. And it hit him, and it look at the thing. See, it swaps it back to the dexterity rings afterwards. It does a shot, it waits a few seconds, and then it puts the dexterity rings again. You guys want to see it again? Okay, watch the dexterity rings. We'll do it with the poison arrow this time. I know you guys, I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a status effect on that sheep, and it was attack down, or defense down rather. Okay, because I used an arrow that has defense down attributes on the arrow, and that's what I used to pull it. So if you're a thief and you're pulling, you can pull with defense down arrows, and when the enemy comes to the party, if you make contact with it, it's going to have a defense down debuff on it, so you're gonna be able to kill it faster. Okay, very, very good. Now this time I'm gonna pull with the poison arrow. Okay, so look at my rings. I'm gonna press the button right now. Swaps my rings, right? Fire. And just keep your eyes on it. Okay, there's a poison. It's gonna kill him in a second. My rings are back on. Oh, I was gonna steal from him. I was gonna steal from him. Let me go ahead and try to steal from this guy real quick, because these guys dropped the goods. Yes. Okay. So that is an amazing macro. Now I've just got my rings set up. I could get a neck piece with range accuracy. I could get all kinds of other stuff with range accuracy, and it's not going to affect anything. It's not going to affect anything unless, of course, you change your weapon. Okay. Now, when you're gear swapping, do not gear swap your weapons unless you are, like, let's say a magic job that isn't melee attacking an enemy, like a white mage or a black mage. You can go ahead and weapon swap, because it doesn't matter if you lose your TP. But on a melee job, if you swap your ranged weapon, you can swap your arrows. You can swap your arrows, because like I said, when I shot this guy just now, it swapped arrows. Let me show you one more time. This time we're going to do defense down. Look at my arrows and look at my rings. Okay, you ready? See, it swapped arrows. It swapped the defense down arrows and the rings. Once I shoot it, a few seconds later, it's going to go ahead and swap the rings back. There it is. See what I'm saying? Amazing macro. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Macros, edit macros, thief. This is what it looks like. I have it defense down and I have it poison. Okay, and I have it set up. I know you guys can't see it right now, but I'll show you. I have it set up so it says in party, pulling enemy defense down, and I have a little call for it so that they know I'm pulling an enemy, be ready. Okay, so it is equip set 4. The equip set that you use is going to be based on where you put it in your style lock. I'll show you that in a minute, so don't get confused. Okay, equip set whatever number of set you're equipping, and then ranged attack RA STNPC, so I can target the right person. So first it's going to equip the weapon, first it's going to equip the gear I wanted to equip, then I'm going to do the range attack, then it's going to say while I'm doing the range attack that I'm pulling an enemy, and then it's going to wait 7 seconds, and then it is going to go equip set 2, which is going to equip everything that I have on my set 2. Okay, it is an awesome macro. Okay, amazing macro. I'm going to show you another one real quick. Okay, gathering. All right, this is my personal favorite. Okay, like let's say you're somewhere like Guzgan Mines, okay, and you're killing enemies and you're mining at the same time, okay, and you got your thief, or you have any job, okay, and you see a little mine over here, but you're wearing your regular clothes. You can go ahead and select this right here and put your field gear on. If you look at my gear down below on the bottom left, it looks like I'm wearing my regular gear, but I have style lock on. So my gear, the look of my gear is not going to change, but what's actually equipped, if you look on the bottom left, looks like this. I'm now wearing my field tunica, my field gloves, my field hose, and my field boots, right? But it says field gear. Once I go ahead and mine, if there's an enemy right there, look, there's a goblin. I want to kill it. Let me put my thief gear back on. Look at the gear. Look at the gear. See? Thief gear. My gear swaps back to my damage gear. Okay? You can do that too. Okay? This is what it looks like. All right? Let's go to macro. Edit macro. Let's go to field gear. Okay? All it is equip set 6. Because that's where my field gear is. Equip set 6. All right? My thief gear. Equip set 8. That's my thief gear is equip set 8. I'm going to show you this in a second. Don't worry. Okay? Then let's say I want to use my thief abilities. Okay? I go ahead and hit this button right here, which is my thief book. Switches to my thief book, and this is what that looks like. Okay, I'm done mining. I see an enemy. I'm in my field gear right now. I swap to my thief gear, and right before I use a range attack, I go bam, and I swap to my thief book, and I can go ahead and use my defensive down arrow, and there we go. Shoot this guy right in the head or in the back or whatever with my arrow. Boom, he's dead. Okay, so that was weapon swapping, logging, mining, gear swapping rather, gear swapping back to thief, changing my whole books, pulling an enemy, again, gear swapping to get the rings in so I get the ranged accuracy, hitting the enemy, gear swapping back to my dexterity rings. All fluid motion. It's so cool. All right, this is how you do equip sets and style lock. It's under macros, okay? And then it's edit equipment sets. Remember your equipment sets? Here are my various equipment sets. Now you have so many, look at this. Look at all these you got, okay? You have so many pages. You have 200 different ways that you can do this, okay? I only have like, what, 8? And based on what job I'm playing, I'm just gonna switch this out and put, you know, whatever job is here that I'm currently playing, and then put the gear for that job, because like I said, I like things to be very basic. I like things to just be simple. I don't want macros all over the place. I don't want that. It'll make things confusing for me. I'm a boomer. Gotta keep it simple. All right. So that's my thief gear. This is my dragoon gear right here. You know, you don't have to do the weapon and all that stuff. This was what I did yesterday before I really knew, but today I realized that the only thing that you really have to put in your equipment set are the pieces that are changing, okay? And since over here on my gathering gear, the only pieces that are changing from what I'm currently wearing is going to be these 4 pieces, okay? Your ring is not going to be changed. Okay, your earrings are not going to be changed. Your weapons are not going to be changed. Nothing's going to be changed. Let's say you wanted to unequip something for whatever reason. You go to your head and you hit remove piece right there. So whatever you're wearing at the time that you use this equipment set, it's going to remove that piece. Okay, and then it'll put it back on if you have it back on in another equipment set. Okay, but I don't want to do that. So oops, keep same piece. Okay, so that's that. So that's how you do your equipment sets. Now, it wasn't, I gave them names, but this is just so you see. If you see right here, set 14, set 9, which means this is set 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, my rings, when I change my rings out, right here, range attack. Okay, it equips these here, and this is my normal range attack with a crossbow bolt. I no longer use that because I don't carry crossbow bolts. I only carry status bolts. whether they're bloody bolts, blind bolts, is there paralyzed bolts, sleep bolts, what else, acid bolts, whatever the name of the poison bolts, or venom bolts rather, acid bolts, venom bolts. Those are the types of bolts that I carry. Okay, and those are the only bolts that I will carry for the most part. If I'm a ranger, things change, but I'm not. I'm a thief, so I don't worry about it. Okay, so this is my range attack. My defense down. When I do defense down on an enemy, okay, it's going to equip the acid bolt, and then it's also going to equip the beetle rings. Okay, when I do the poison, it's going to equip the venom bolt, and then it's also going to equip the beetle rings. See, I can change my bolt without affecting my TP. All right, so that's how I have it set up for here. Okay, that is equipment sets. Remember, equipment set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 I haven't set up yet, but it's there when I'm ready. And you have 200 equipment sets that you can use. Okay, go to town with it. All right, now style lock. Okay, I told you. Okay, I have style lock. Okay, this is what I am style locking. I don't know why I have this here. I can go ahead and take this off here because this is not. There we go. I can go ahead and whoops. No. Okay, there we go. Gone. Okay, good. I don't need to have that there, and I don't need to have my headpiece there because I don't want the headpiece or the weapon being affected by style lock. The only thing that I want affected by style lock is my pants. Okay, it's my pants because I don't like. Remember, okay, if I have lock style off, that's what I look like. I don't want to look like. Okay, I don't want to look like I'm wearing a diaper, so I make sure go pants is a name that I named it, and I go down here to style lock. Okay, first, the way you do style lock is you go over here like to the item, okay, and then you edit it, and then you put whatever gear you want to put, whatever you want to wear, whatever you want people to see. This is what you want people to see, okay, and then you hit style lock down here. That way you're not actually equipping it. Okay, it's not an equip set, it's a style lock. Then you hit style lock, and then whatever is here, that's what you're gonna see. Okay, the Royal Footman's trousers. Now, the good thing about style lock, you don't actually have to have the Royal Footman's trousers on your character, on your person at the time. I think you have to have it on your person when you set up the macro. However, once you set up the macro, you can have it in your bank, you can have it in your storage, you can have it in your whatever it's called, your what is it, wardrobe. You can have it in your wardrobe, you can have it anywhere, but you have to own it. You have to own it, but you can have it anywhere. You don't have to hold it, and it'll make your character look like you're wearing the item, but you're not. So now I don't have to walk around looking like I'm wearing a diaper, or like I'm about to go to bed and I have like a, you know, really big overgrown shirt and I'm gonna lay in bed with a shirt on, you know. Yeah, no, I don't want to look like that. That's not the image I'm trying to, you know, show to the world. Okay, I don't want them to think about, like, you know, when they see a hero that they automatically think that I'm gonna go, you know, take a nap. All right, so this is what I want people to see, and this is what you see. All right, now I've showed you guys a ton of different macros here. Like I said, what you can do with macros is literally, there's so many things. You can use potions, you can use elixirs, you know, stuff like that. And for that, I believe it is item. It is /item and the name of the item, I believe. Okay, let me look and see if there's any macros I have here that actually use items. I don't think I have any macros set up that use items. Maybe Dragoon has one. No, it doesn't, because I set one up when I was gonna do a fight, and I set up a high potion macro, but I guess I don't have that one anymore. I have high jump, berserk, because I'm a warrior sub, you know, regular jump, you know, or let me see here, guys, or maybe you just want to jump up and down, you know, and I made a macro jump. A jump macro rather, so I can just jump around, and the macro for that is just /jump. All right, so it is awesome. I love it. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please, please, please like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.